magic way too much. Okay, so today I want to first say, watch the previous video. My wife opened a big box for me, and she got me a mythic and I think 3 rares, and the mythic and the rares were new, and these are kind of my mythics. And I just kind of was thinking about it, and I was like, how many big boxes would you have to open to get every single card? I'm kind of thinking about it, and actually somebody in my in Team Reckless posted this, Nexus 13. He brought this topic up a few days ago, and it's called the coupon collector's problem. But what it kind of talks about is that right now in the game there are 93 mythics, and we're going to ignore for this problem that some are exclusive and not even really available, but let's just say there's 93 available. And then for the sake of argument, let's say that every big box has 1 mythic. That's not true. And I know that there's lots of ways to get mythics. You could be in a top 10 coalition and get mythics all the time. But what you know happens is, like Harness the Storm, I have 4 of them. Well, I only really want 1, and I want 3 other mythics in place of those other 3 garbage, essentially, Harness the Storms. And this is actually one of the great things and one of the worst things about Magic Puzzle Quest as an app, is that in the paper version, I need 4 Harness the Storms. If I'm going to use it, I'm going to have it in there 4 times. And I would need to keep buying packs until I got 4. And then it's only a waste like Relentless Dead, which has 5, and it's a card which has a lot of ability, but I don't use it in my zombie decks and whatever. But you see that you only need 1 of each. And I remember actually under Growth Champion, when I first got it, I was so excited. And actually that was one of the first packs my wife opened for me, and I don't know, since then I have opened all my stuff. But whatever, that's beside the point. The question here is, how long would it take you to get every mythic? There are 93. So there's something called the coupon collector's problem. This is the Wikipedia page on it. In this topic, it talks about basically if you have a jar of, let's just say, a jar with marbles numbered 1 to 100, and you wanted to get every single number, and if you reach in and draw and get marble number 4, great, you have number 4, and then you put it back and you draw again, and you're probably you have 1 in 100 chance to draw number 4, 1 in 100 chance drawing number 5, drawing number 99, etc. So how long does it take to get all 100? Well, if you go through, it's kind of interesting. Unless you have 99 and trying to get the 100th one, theoretically, it's a 1 in 100 draw. So sometimes you're going to draw it on the first, sometimes you're going to draw on the last. The average is 50 draws to get that. So it's 50 draws to get the last one, not 100. It's not 1, on average. So there's this crazy mathematical formula, uses logarithms and all this kind of stuff. You can get into the math. I don't want to, though. They've simplified it here in a little chart. And it says for 94, actually it's 93, for 93 cards or marbles in that bucket labeled 1 to 93, it takes 476 attempts or draws to get every single one on average. So that's 476 mythics you would need in order to get 1 of every mythic. Now, there's a lot of assumptions. Now, let's say it takes 1 big box to do that. Actually, I'm going to kind of go through the assumptions, and I'm going to tell you the flaws in it, because I know there's lots and lots of flaws here. But let's say that every big box, which costs 600, costs $20, because there's 5 in there for $99. And then you'd have to buy, and you're getting 1 mythic per, and there's no other way to get mythics in this scenario. It takes you 476. Well, 476 times 20 is $9,520. That's how much a complete set would be worth. We aren't talking about rares or anything like that, because I kind of am assuming they're going to fall in line. But wouldn't necessarily. I've talked to back. This is way when the game was starting. Somebody's like last card was an uncommon, and that was the last card they got. That's back when Origins was the only thing. But I just kind of wanted to put it out there, and then I also wanted to kind of think about this in a different way. Let's say I am playing the most of any player or whatever, and I have 90 of the 93 mythics. So when I get a new big box because I've won a tournament or I've earned 600 crystals, let's say I have 90, there's only 3 available, so there's a 1 in 30 chance I will get something new. Okay, now that 1 in 30 chance means a lot of times I'm not going to get anything. But let's say I'm a brand new player, I've saved up 600 crystals and I buy it and I have 2 mythics already. And what's the chances of me getting, assuming I get a mythic every big box, it would be 88 out of 90 chance that it would be a new mythic to me instead of a 1 in 30 chance. So you can kind of see that it's almost a paradox in that the more you play the game and the more cards you have, your effort is very diminished because you're not going to get anything new. In terms of, compared to somebody that's brand new. So it's just something to think about. I don't really have any place I'm going with this. I just kind of wanted to show that that is how many attempts it would take. Lots of flaws in my logic. Lots and lots and lots. You can buy a Origins card pack, which only has 24 mythics. So 24 mythics, assuming you get 1 per, is only 91 draws. And if you did the 91 draws for that, and then you bought that pack, and there's only 33 options, then 33 has 135, so 91 plus 135 is like 224, and that is way less than this. Of course, you'd have to add another 150 for the other one, but so my math's not quite right, but I just am trying to show that collecting all the cards is very tough. My equation, assuming you can only buy 1 pack that had all cards, said you'd spend 9,520. It also assumes you're starting at 0. Take what you want from this. I find it very interesting. Thanks, guys. Bye.